People often ask me what their house is made from, so I'm just doing a quick video on site here about the two really generic types of blocks that houses in Ireland are made from. The first block is called a 9-inch cavity block. As you can see, it has a cavity. It's called a 9-inch cavity because it's generally about 9 inches wide. Houses with this construction are generally quite an older type of house. All you have is a house is literally built from this. You have an external render here, internal plaster here, and absolutely no insulation value. Major issue with this type of block is that if the external render gets cracked or damp, the damp will fall through on these ribs of the block straight inside into your home. Your plaster becomes damp, your plaster falls off, and it just leads to an awful lot of issues with homes. So following on from that, what people started to do was build with two walls, and this is called a cavity wall because you have a cavity between your outer block, which is outside, and your inner block. So you have an outer block, inner block cavity, and your render here, if your external render, which stops rain, if it gets cracked or falls off, damp gets through, the damp cannot get across the cavity. And this is your inner block. It's always warmer because of the heat in our homes, and that acts as an air insulator, so a much superior build. From about the 1940s onwards, they started to put insulation in here against the inner block, leaving an air gap. In today's houses, we now actually drill and we fill that void as well. So as an example of what this house here is built from, if I merely measure the thickness of the house, I'm getting about 230 millimeters. So 230 millimeters, I know this house is built from a 9-inch cavity block. There's 230 mils, there's your outside plaster, there's your inside skim coat. If it was built from a cavity block construction, it's generally about 300. That's it. You have 100 outer block, 100 cavity, 100 inner block, and plaster. So a simple measurement of the thickness of your wall will tell you whether you're built with a 9-inch cavity or two solid 4-inch blocks. And that's a little bit about housing construction.